What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 13, season 4 of Girl You Know What podcast. I am Tahir.
And I'm Keisha.
And girl, so, okay, first of all, how was your week? That's it.
I mean, I don't really have words for my life anymore.
Yeah.
I think the fact that I show up, I smile, and I don't curse people out, I think I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just look, I mean, we have come
The
a
not
long
cursing
way.
people out alone, to me, is a huge accomplishment. Sorry, that was my water bottle.
That's all right.
Yeah, but it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, everything else in between is, life.
Life. We're
Okay,
here.
and I can't wait till I just unload it.
Yeah.
In a public place, because we have this podcast and we talk about so many different things. I will eventually one day just boom, unload it.
Yeah,
but
it's going to happen.
Lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Right. Because we're going to because and the thing is, it won't even be a topic of the show. It'll just be like how it normally goes. Like, we'll talk about something and then boom, there it is.
It'll seep out.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It was a week. Work has been kicking my ass.
Always.
But yeah, the kids were on spring break, so I was hanging out with them after work, partially most of the week. So, yeah, but that's about it. I'm debating if I'm going to have a sick day tomorrow. And yes, I am saying this on air. I don't give a dang because I'm just tired.
I mean, look, you need it sometimes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the week, the one thing I will share is that my kid decides to tell me last week, oh, can I go prom dress shopping?
Okay.
So she had an incident at school. The incident I'm speaking about. And I thought prom was out the window after that.
Right.
And then she was not asking to go to prom with the person, but she was just like, I want to go to prom. Like, I want to go. And I was like, what? When is prom?
Right.
Mind you, prom was about 10 days away from the day that she came and told me this.
Typical teenage stuff, just
hold my mule, Lord. I mean, it just it'd be too much.
Yeah.
So I looked at her for a long time and was like, I gave my Easter speech on why I didn't think she was going.
Right.
And why she's lucky she gets to go. And so, and just for the clarity, it was not behavior. It was not grades.
Right.
She just went through the whole, honors thing at the end of the school year. Well, it's getting close to the end of the school year where they give out all the honors awards. She got a 3.91 GPA. It's nothing that she did.
Yeah, I was going to say this. What happened wasn't her fault.
Right. Yeah. So, I bought a dress, bought shoes, bought a purse.
Right.
She already had jewelry, made her a hair appointment. So she wanted to go look at these dresses. I guess there's a place where they give out free prom dresses.
Okay.
Now, I respect that. And I think that is a wonderful thing for people who don't have dresses, who don't have the means to purchase a dress.
Right.
You got a dress. She goes to this place and picks out this dress. The first thing I said was, it looked like a holiday dress. It doesn't, and it's dark blue. It doesn't look like a dress for spring prom.
Right.
I said, it looks like a holiday dress. like a Christmas dress. So I showed it to some of my girlfriends, and they're like, "Is she going to a quinceañera?
Yeah.
Like, what is?" My other friend said, "Oh, maybe it's a play. It's got to be a play at the school, and this is like a costume. This is not her dress that she." I said, "I'm telling y'all, this is the dress she picked from." So this is a video she sends me from the store, and she's like, "Can I get it?" I said, "Yeah, I don't care. Get it." She brings it home, and I told her it looks like a holiday dress. I was like, "But if you want to look like that, get it."
Right? Yeah. What can you do?
I said, "How much is it?" I thought I was gonna have to call and get people my credit card over the phone or something. But no, she said it's free because I didn't know that's where she was going. I thought she was actually going to look at dresses,
like just a regular store or whatever.
Purchase. So I was prepared to I done bought this half for 2 dresses. I was prepared for that. So she comes home with this dress, right?
Right.
And then now I already told you what I thought about it when you sent me the video. And then gonna try it on in here like it was gonna be a difference.
Yeah. Like, oh, now she gonna see it in person.
Know me. Y'all know that I didn't agree to that shit.
Okay.
I said, I don't know what you want me to say. What do you want me to say?
Right.
I said, I don't feel any different. It just, and she's not a big girl.
Right.
Like, maybe she's 5'4", 5'5". I said, the dress looks like it's swallowing you. Like, it's so big.
Did she ever say what attracted her to it?
Huh?
Did she ever say what attracted her to that dress?
Well, she's always said she wanted a poofy dress.
Okay.
And I told her, maybe if the dress was white, if it was pink, like if it was a spring color, I may feel different about the dress.
Yeah.
But it's like blue. It's like We Are the Punchers, the Mighty Mighty Punchers blue.
It's like our homecoming court dresses.
And it's not even no. And those dresses were like royal blue.
Yeah,
this is almost like a navy blue.
Gotcha.
And it has all type of rhinestones across the trim, across the top, rhinestones across the waist part. It looked like a Christmas dress. I said, when she came in, if you just want me to be honest, and put that dress on, I said, you look like Scarlett from Gone with the Wind. That's what I really told her. And she was like, who is that? I said, Google it. Google it. Because that's what you look like. Like, hi, gentlemen.
Child, the visuals I am getting from this interaction are everything.
Oh, don't worry, because I'm gonna hit your line with it. I'm gonna hit your line with this dress. So now I'm sending it to my friends, like, look at this. But I told her, and so now she won't, all the girls want the bust down part with the 24, 28-inch weave. I said, you can't get that hairstyle with this dress, baby.
Right.
You're gonna have to get like a bob. Like, the dress is so busy. You can't want no bust down with that.
Right. You gotta, be a little subtle with the hair now.
You need she was like, but I was looking forward to that hair. Yeah, before you put on this Christmas dress, I bet you was.
Okay.
I said, you gonna have that hair with this busy dress? And then they wanted to run for prom princess. I was like, oh my God, no. Lord, please let her try this dress on I bought and just feel like, oh, I look way cuter.
Right.
Because I don't want you in there. And then I told her the dress looks old. Like, it looks like a dress from 2000.
And it probably was. Let's keep it real. Especially if it was free.
It was.
Because, those dresses are donated. So that was someone from the class of 2000 that had that dress and was like, here you go.
It looks terrible. I was like, this stresses me out. There are little things about parenting that stress me out.
Child. Ooh.
Raising her overshadows any other part of my life right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially it's getting towards the end of her high school, so that's going to be a whole nother chapter going. So, because she still has another year, so it's like, ooh. Oh my
God.
Child,
I thank God that she get out of school at 12 o'clock. They already made her schedule. When she get out of school at 12 o'clock, I'm so happy.
I know that's right.
Cause I'm just like, girl, if I had to be bothered with this, cause you talking about working your damn nerves,
Mm-hmm.
these kids gonna work your
Oh
nerves.
yeah.
And you know, you would think it would be like the money stress.
Mm-hmm.
It don't need be the money. Like the money,
No.
because if you got it, you cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it be, girl, I'm 2 seconds from knocking your ass out.
Yeah.
It be that.
Because they're a totally different breed. These kids nowadays, it's seriously like, and I never thought that I would be that person in my 40s and saying
Never.
these kids, whatever, because of the way we grew up.
Because I never thought it would change this drastically.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. It has completely changed. And I'm just like, wow.
I mean, I told my mom, I said, I be trying not to cuss her ass out like you used to cuss me out.
Right.
I said, but boy, she getting damn close.
Like
She getting
I'm
close.
trying to keep it
My
in.
mother laughed and said, she lucky. Because
Hmm.
everybody in this family know my mouth is so messed up.
Yeah, so it's like, you girl, you just don't understand.
That is the real stress for me.
Hmm.
It's containing myself.
Yeah.
And when you have to look around the room like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do?
You'd be
What do
so
I do?
confused and just
What do
all
I say?
discombobulated. Like, what the fuck is
Because
going on?
there are moments when your kids say real dumb shit to you, and you'll be like, "Are you fucking for real right
Right,
now? Like,
right.
is this a joke?" I don't know if you can say this. If I can say this on the air, I don't know if it's this. That little girl asked me one day. Oh my God, help me, Lord. That girl gonna ask me, "Is crack worse than weed?"
Oh,
What is wrong with y'all?
child. Why would that?
Now, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't know nothing.
Nothing. They
I
are
mean,
so sheltered, even if they weren't raised sheltered, because they just don't have that. Just, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I try not to bring my street talk to the podcast, but the way I was talking to my friend the other day, I said, man, I don't be really talking this hood shit to this little girl. Like, I don't be really letting her know what we was doing.
Right.
I don't really be letting her know what life is like or
Mm-hmm.
what me and my bitches really did. Like, I don't let her know that stuff.
Right.
Like, girl, you lucky I don't talk to you like that.
Yeah. Could you be out here just in a corner balled up somewhere like, no, she
Baby,
didn't?
16-year-old you and 16-year-old me is two different people.
Two totally different people. You have
I like
no
that lady
idea.
was reading that girl, and she said we was raising ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't be over here bothering nobody. We raised ourselves.
Right.
We figured it out with no search engines.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know nothing with all the tools right at your
Right.
fingertips.
And still don't even want to use that.
I mean, that's the crazy part to me. Like, y'all don't know nothing
Mm-mm.
with all the accessibility to all information. You
Because
have access to it all.
yeah, I mean, they feel like that anything that they want and need, or need to know anything, is just going to be hand delivered to them, and that's not how life works.
I don't know if it's in the Bible for real, but my grandmother gonna say she said this to me for years, and she still said. She said the Bible tell you a time was gonna come when these people was gonna get weaker and wiser,
Mm-hmm.
weaker about the stuff that they need to know, and wise about stuff they ain't got no business knowing.
Right.
And that is what is
That's
happening.
exactly what's happening.
That's exactly what's happening.
Ooh, it's
I tell you,
scary.
that lady be having knowledge.
Listen, it is nothing like having that knowledge in your life. Just not only just from us taking it all in at a young age, but still being able to, while we're growing and getting older, to still have that knowledge, because we're still learning from them every day.
Every day.
So it's like, just soak it all in. And like so many people, and I know people tell you this too, because I think we spoke about this, the last show where, like we only have one grandparent left.
Mm-hmm,
So it's
mm-hmm.
like, and we're close to that grandparent. So that's a good thing. But it's just like, just there are so many people that we know that don't have grandparents. Some of them didn't even grow up with their grandparents.
Right.
or they had one or two and they lost them at a young age. So it's like, just for us to be in our 40s and still have that and still gain that knowledge, it's just like, ooh,
And I would say this: hold on to any family that you have. Now,
yeah.
I'm not talking about the toxic family members,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm talking about if there are family reunions, go to those
Go,
family
yeah,
reunions.
yeah.
I have a friend who literally has no connection to her family.
Mm-hmm.
And it really hit me one day when they were, her and her mother were like talking about traveling to a family reunion. And her mother was like, "Well, I really want you to go to the family reunion." And she's like, "I don't know them people." And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, wow."
That's crazy, yeah.
And it really, like, for some reason, that hit me so deep.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a tendency to over encourage or, kind of be the voice of reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, in my own day to day life's turmoil, I have walked away from a lot of that
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of energy for me to deal with the things that I'm dealing with personally with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't insert myself anymore. When I hear people talking crazy or like saying something that I know may not be in the best interest for them mentally,
Mm-hmm.
um, I have abandoned that advice part of me.
Yeah.
But I was, and I know this may sound weird, but sometimes I do think I may be a little mentally asleep
Mm-hmm.
to some degree.
That makes sense.
Just mentally sleep on things that my brain may be a little exhausted, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was awake enough mentally to know that when she said that, how profound it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a lot in me to resist to say, but I think I did say, wow. I said, I didn't realize, I just didn't realize that you felt that way.
Right.
And she was like, I don't know them. And, I'm not going to spend that money to go see some people or just, and it was the way she described the activities that she didn't want to partake in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so what, we going to just sit around and just go there for a cookout? And I told her, I said, well, that's what a family reunion is.
Yeah, basically. It's just getting
That's-
together. It's just a get
I said, the
together.
only people who have really elaborate family reunions probably have a super large family,
Mm-hmm.
like where there's an awards banquet or like they recognize accomplishments or families. I've seen some family reunions where people give out scholarships.
Mm.
And all family reunions are not like that.
Right.
Most of them just consist of enjoying each other's company,
Mm-hmm.
having a barbecue, eating some food, playing some music, and taking some pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you go on about
that's
your
it.
business. Yeah.
So when I heard that, it was just like, oh wow. But then I also was empathetic enough to know, like, oh, you've never experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But it really struck me. It was really profound to know that everybody doesn't have that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
That
So
is true
there's our
though.
week in a nutshell.
There it goes. Always something.
Always.
Never a dull moment. Never. So girl, okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I was going to say this for the end, but it kind of, well, I'll save it for the end because it's
Uh-huh.
more the lighthearted part. We'll end on the lighthearted part. But the first thing I want to talk about, and I really never thought that I would discuss this bitch on this podcast, but I am sick of her, and that is
I'm
Candace
scared.
Owens.
What did she do?
Okay, so I mean, we all know she's trash.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that. But recently, she's just not going to be satisfied until someone whips her ass. That's just what I'm saying because she has come at Lizzo this past week. She came at Zaya Wade, of course,
Who was
because
it?
that's Dwayne Wade's
Oh, okay.
transgender daughter. She came at, I forgot to write down who, but there were like 4 or 5 different people, black women, And Zaya Wade, transgender girl, because of course she's not a woman yet, but trans girl, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
But she came, but they were all black identifying females.
So what is her issue?
Everything, weight, gender, sexuality, music.
Oh, this is good because I'm very conservative.
Right.
People would not believe this.
And
I do not agree with Candace in any way, shape, or
mm-hmm.
form. I do not
I
stand with
don't,
the
but
Republican Party.
yeah, and most of them aren't truly conservative. They're just evil. There's a
Yeah, I like because
difference.
I want to definitely, and you have to say that because what the Republican Party has become today,
Mm-hmm.
or what conservatives have become today, is not what I define as conservatives
Right.
being
And
conservative.
before you get into what you were going to say, I think that a lot of black people truly have more conservative values than
Absolutely, because
are
most of
put
us
out
were raised
there.
in the church.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. But go ahead.
absolutely. Most
Mm-hmm.
of us are raised in the church, so
Right.
you know, we're definitely all conservative. We
Mm-hmm.
all have conservative views. Now we might kind of, you and I have. I think that we've privately had the conversation
Mm-hmm.
about same-sex loving people and my
Mm-hmm.
stance on it, and why I don't believe. I may not, because of my Christian values, I may
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily what people would say agree, but I
Right.
don't believe in badgering. The Bible tells you that love. If you are a
Exactly.
Christian and you honestly believe that same gender people or whoever, the LGBT, if you believe that they are really sinning, the Bible tells you that love covers a multitude of sins.
Right.
So at what point do I not treat you in a loving way?
Mm-hmm.
That is my standpoint on it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in badgering people for their choices.
Exactly.
Just like we have people in church who commit adultery, who
Mm-hmm.
lie, who steal. I don't badger them for the choices that they make.
Exactly.
So I choose to deal with everybody in love. It does not mean that I agree with the choices you make,
Thank you.
but I just choose to love you through those
And
things.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I feel like I can still be your friend. I feel like I can still talk to you. I can
Mm-hmm.
still respect you. But I also have personal boundaries for what I will discuss and what I won't discuss. Doesn't mean anything about the way I feel about you. And I think that on both sides, we have to learn to respect each other,
Mm-hmm.
because I have seen some same gender loving people call Christian people hypocrites
Mm-hmm.
for their viewpoints, or see, that's what, but it's like you're doing the exact same thing by not
Exactly.
listening. We have to kind of give and take a little bit
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to this conversation, but a lot of people aren't willing to have it.
Mm-mm.
Now, I don't know what she said about Lizzo. I don't agree with 90% of the shit that Lizzo does, because I don't believe, I even watch commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Do not believe that we are in a place that we are telling women it's okay to be outside in your panties and bras. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just me. I didn't grow up like that. I don't think it's healthy for society.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. Well, it didn't. I'm just gonna say it didn't have anything to do with the way she dresses or anything. Something that you would
Right.
feel like she would
So
be
you said wait.
criticized on. Yeah, it was about her weight, and it was just totally like out the blue. And I don't think Lizzo has said anything back yet because she's probably not even
Mhm.
worried about that, but or just
And
not even
I
going
and
to
I
give her
and
the
I'm speaking
attention.
from a person who is, look, I'm a big girl too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all met me, y'all know me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe you should be outside naked.
No. No.
I don't.
I don't care
Me
what
and you
size
have
you
had
are.
this discussion. Me and you have had this discussion about her going to that Lakers game, I believe it was, walking around with
Child.
her ass out,
In front
where
of
kids are
children and
at.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
some stuff is just inappropriate.
Right.
And I don't want to, and listen, big or small,
Mm-hmm.
put some clothes on your
Ex-
ass. Like,
Literally.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
Literally. Just like
Yeah.
Sierra going out in public, putting that dress on where her and Russell was at that party.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what my friend said to me, which never crossed my mind? She said, this is what I want to know. Did she leave the house? Was her kids there? Did her kids see her leave the house
Right.
like that?
I hope they were like left from a hotel or something. I didn't even think about that
She
because I
said,
was
where did
just,
she get
yeah,
dressed at and leave the house like that?
child. I hope
I
she
mean, see,
didn't.
we don't. We really need to, and I don't know who is telling people that more sexual exposure of women
Mm-hmm.
is going to lead to this profound respect from men.
I cannot stand that.
Who is telling y'all that? You're not doing anything but objectifying yourself more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure why that doesn't compute in your brain.
Exactly.
Oh, I want to be respected for more than my ass, but let me show it to you.
Yeah. How does that work?
That doesn't make any sense. I want you to see me as more
Yeah.
than a sex object, but I'm gonna come outside with these pasties on so you can see my titties.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where y'all who is. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
have no clue. And
It is the most mind-boggling thing that's happening in society right now.
I think a lot of it is insecurity. I truly do. I think a lot of it is insecurity, and yeah, I just think that's what it is because you do not see a woman who is secure walking around like that, confident with who she is. You don't see that, and even men. You don't see you know men doing that either with their ass out, sagging like that and everything like that. If they're secure and comfortable with who they are, they carry. You can see that. You can feel that people carry themselves a certain way. They dress a certain way. It's just you can tell. You
I'm
can
just
get
a
that
little
vibe.
confused where it became like where the line got blurred,
Yeah.
where you used to want to be respected.
Mhm.
And the real problem for me is when did your body, and I've said this 1,000 times here,
Mhm.
when did your body become public viewing?
Right.
Like, when did public access become okay
Mhm.
to your private parts? I'm not talking about when you're showing a little cleavage.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about wearing tight pants.
Right.
I'm talking about y'all are literally going outside in thongs with pasties and sheer dresses.
I mean, I can see your nipples and areolas now. I mean, that's
With
not.
husbands,
Yes. Now that really surprised
there is
me.
the part that throws me
Yeah,
because
that's what got me. I was like, wait a
as a
minute.
woman, when did you start? When did you stop saying my body is for one man to view?
Mhm.
Because if it became that important for everybody to see you naked, what the fuck did you get married for?
Right.
Wasn't it supposed to be so you and this person could be intimate for the rest of y'all's
Mhm.
lives? So y'all could share intimate conversations and intimate. But now we've all seen you.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross,
Yeah.
but I just it's kind of gross. But
I mean, and I've said this before, like I don't want to hear like I don't give a shit about nobody's sex life. That doesn't do nothing for me. But especially like if you're a married couple or if you're, like in a partnership and you've been together for, years or whatever. No, you only have to be together for years. If I know that you're with somebody and you're committed to this person, I don't need to hear about your sex life. That should be, and it's not like it grosses me out or nothing like that. I mean, we're all adults. We all do what we do. But what I'm saying is, I don't need to see and be involved. It feels like it seems like I'm flipping a light switch. Let me put it like that. It feels like I'm in there with y'all because I'm hearing all these intimate details or because I'm seeing you half naked or naked.
when did privacy become a public thing?
Thank you.
Like when did that happen?
And maybe it truly bothers me, and I can say, and I can speak for you too, because like how we've talked about how you're very private, especially like you said this over and over again, like if you didn't post about your boyfriend, people wouldn't even know that you were in a relationship. Like if you didn't, because you don't post everything, but like his
Oh God,
birthday,
no.
like when y'all are
He just
having
had a
sports
birthday
debates and stuff
last.
like that.
I think he just had a birthday last Tuesday.
Yeah.
I didn't even post anything.
Mm-hmm.
For what? God darn, that nigga know.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
don't
I'm
need.
sorry, I don't have to say nigga, but he know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only time you've ever posted about his birthday was when you got him that Steelers cake.
Yep.
Yeah, and that cake was the bomb.
Yeah,
So
like
that
that's
deserved to
like
be.
when I do something like that, you'll know it's his
Yeah,
birthday. And
right.
this year we got cupcakes, and the
Mm-hmm.
only reason that the cupcakes didn't get like posted is because they kind of got, some of them got a little messed up in the transport.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they got like flipped over a little bit.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
that's the only reason. But
Yeah,
no,
so it's like when I think when you're a private person that really bothers you and it's just like I mean, I don't need to know that. I don't need
yeah,
to cuz I'm a visual person. So when you're telling me certain things about your
it's
spouse's body
gross.
parts and
It is
things like
gross. I know you
yeah.
said it's not, but it is.
Right, right.
I
Yeah.
don't want to think about y'all puffing.
Thank
Or
you.
like that lady said in that video, and I sent it to you. Why do y'all feel the need to tell us every time y'all get a new boyfriend? You have a
I'm
new
so
boyfriend
sick of
every 30
that.
days, every 90 days. Why we gotta know too?
Yeah. And then when y'all break up, you don't want to say nothing. No, you got to tell us the tea. What happened?
You ain't gonna say nothing because you're gonna pop up with a new man in
Yeah.
2 weeks. So then at this point, I think you was cheating on that man.
Right.
Cause like, what the fuck?
So that's why you
What's
ain't
what's
saying
what's
that.
real tea? You was
Okay.
cheating on that man.
Basically, because you had
You
one
was
on
and another man
standby.
was in your inbox waiting on his shot.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's all that happened.
I mean, because y'all be moving way too fast. And, like, I mean, I'm a single girl, and I do what I do. But it's just like, I don't need to tell y'all every time that, I go out with somebody
There you
or,
go.
it's just like,
Like we just live in an age of privacy. Like we
thank
like
you.
it to be quiet.
Yeah, yeah. Child.
But Candace is trash.
Yeah,
That's
she
what.
is trash. Yeah, and it's just like, and my point mainly was that not only what she said about them, but it was who she was attacking. I have never seen her attack any white, quote unquote,
Well,
conservative
she has a
women.
white husband. She'll never
Yeah,
do
so
that.
she ain't going. She don't want to mess up home. We talked about
And I
that.
will keep saying this. I write some people off. She is one of those people.
Oh yeah, because I forgot all about her. I couldn't even when I was writing down the notes when I forgot her last name. I was like Candace. I was like, what is her last name? I was like, wait. I was like, so I had to like see, seriously. I had to Google it. I was like Candace conservative because I couldn't remember
Oh
her.
yeah,
It was like because I
like
just completely forgot about her. Yeah, it was. Oh, girl.
she knew the way to get them ratings up.
Oh
Attack
yeah, and
black.
that's all it is. Yeah, that's not. She's doing their dirty work like a lot of these black uh Republican mouthpieces do. They know
Mm-hmm.
they know what they're doing, But
Yep.
yeah, okay. So next, this is something I've been wanting to talk about because we grew up on this station and um we've had our opinions about how the station is now trash. But BET. So B
Worst sound system in cable network television.
basically.
It really is.
Yeah. So I guess it was like last month or something like that. It came out that there are three prominent, successful black men:
Tyler Perry.
yep, Byron Allen, and
Yes.
Puffy, who are all like they're in contention to buy BET and take it over from Viacom.
I think it would be in a much better place if they
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Tyler Perry has a studio,
Mm-hmm.
so we can move all of the. Hopefully, we can get nightly news back again.
Yeah, well, I heard something like they've been having Ed Gordon come back and do like specials, and people are like, "Where the hell's the news show at? Bring that back." You don't even have to be
Yeah,
him, even though he's still doing his thing. But but go
yeah,
ahead, yeah.
yeah. It definitely needs to be some news.
Mm-hmm.
All Tyler Perry stuff can be flooded there.
Yeah, because they
Puffy
were doing
probably
that for a
wants to.
minute, like
So wait a
BET.
minute. Does Puffy? So they want to buy it together, or they're each a separate bid?
I believe it's separate.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
they're
think it's
they're going
separate.
against each other.
Yeah. They're all in like yeah.
Ah,
But I did read something like when I first came across this article when it first came out. That first I just heard Byron Allen. I was like, okay, I can totally see that because that's what he
uh-huh,
does. He comes in and he flips stuff
uh-huh.
and So, but then I heard Tyler Perry and Puffy. I heard them like in the same sentences. I thought the same thing. Like, are they trying to merge together? But at the time, it wasn't reported like that. It was like they both were trying to do it separately. Then I heard someone say that maybe all three of them, because they all have different aspects. They all come from different genres. Like Byron, he's the businessman. I mean, they're all businessmen, but you know what I'm saying. Like, this is his thing.
And what you call it? You just bought a channel, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because remember when he was trying to buy whatever channel that was. I can't remember what it is, but he was trying to buy, and they were like, they're like, they're gonna find some on his ass because that's what they do. They always dig deep and try to find something on a black person when they trying to buy one of these networks. But
so it
yeah.
looks like. So he's already a minority stakeholder in BET. Tyler Perry is.
Yeah, and I kind of figured he has something because they do play a lot of his movies.
Him,
Yeah,
Kenya Burris, Rashida Jones, and Rashawn Thomas.
Yes.
So they're all.
all
minority stakeholders.
Okay, see, just minorities. So that's
so it says now that Tyler Perry is in talks to buy the majority stake in BET.
That's what they need.
I think I would go with Tyler Perry on this.
Yeah, because he's more, especially nowadays. Like, I mean, Puffy, he's still around doing his thing, whatever. But Tyler Perry, he has his hand in everything. And I mean, he has his own studio, which he's actually, I just read last week that he's purchased more land to build onto it. So it's like, I mean, that's not going anywhere. And
oh god, yeah, they need to do something. Paramount needs to do something with their streaming network, period.
Oh yeah.
Because they have good shows, but they need to update that app.
Yeah.
So it says that with television and movie studio Paramount expanding its streaming network, Paramount Plus, the company is reportedly selling the majority ownership of the BET Media Group, which Tyler Perry wants to acquire.
Right.
It says Byron Allen is also in his group is trying to purchase. Please, Lord, I hope it go to Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I would rather see him get it, and I don't, and this is the other thing too. Like, I mean, it's never going to be what it was before. People were saying that, bring back like classic Video Soul and stuff like that. That would be.
I wish they would.
I wish they would. I really, truly.
It's like on Friday night.
Yeah.
Show old Video Soul countdown.
I was going to say that. Do the countdown. I mean, like, because they don't
from
have
like 8 to 10, like he used to.
Yeah.
It would be so nostalgic.
That would be so nostalgic. It would get so many people to watch.
He would drum up so much, like you get so many ratings, like so many from that alone.
Because I mean, you can't have a video. I mean, you seriously, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I don't hate to say it because it is the truth. But you can't have a video countdown nowadays because ever since 106 and Park went off the air, nobody's doing music videos like that no more. And if they do music video, I mean, these music videos, like, they look like R-rated movies. It's just like because they're going straight to internet.
You'd have to just open up Uncut again.
Yeah, basically. Pretty much.
You can't put these videos on the regular time. But, I'm watching TV now asking myself, does the FCC still exist?
I don't think so.
People are saying shit, the F word. Like, people saying everything.
I mean, I don't even think they have that. Remember after the Janet thing, they started doing like that 10-second delay or whatever, like for live shows. I don't even think they do that no more. 'Cause I haven't heard anything about that delay. And like you said, if they did, they would be catching all these F-bombs and everything like that because they would have caught that damn slap from Will Smith to Chris Rock if they would have still been doing it. Yeah, that wouldn't have aired. Well, no, it may have because
like
it was two black men.
Some bullshit. Because when you saw that man walking up on that stage, you should have cut the camera to a different angle.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
You just went to the crowd reaction.
I mean, we would have heard it, but but still, it was just like, so yeah, I don't think that the FCC even gives a shit anymore. They're probably just there getting paid,
I don't think so either.
Yeah, the sad thing is they probably just can't keep up anymore because people just don't give a damn, and they know what's going to bring ratings, and they know if you're on a Yeah,
I don't think they do, like, at all. Because I'm talking about on TV shows, like, not even live shows, just on recorded TV programs. Like, for instance, I was watching, I watch Chicago PD on the streaming app. Now, of course, I know on streaming apps, you probably can do whatever you want to do. But I'm like, I don't remember y'all cussing on the TV. What take is this? I done heard y'all say F this and
yeah.
What the F is? I'm like, Oh no, y'all cussing too much on regular TV for me.
I mean, it just it's
Girl,
it's a lot going on. But yeah, I hope I do, and I did write that down. Like I hope it will go to Tyler Perry
I do
to get
too.
the majority of because they need to get that shit out of Viacom's hands, one way or the other.
Oh my god,
Because
if I gotta see, well, hell, they let Tyler Perry run all his shows now.
yeah, yeah,
Because they play Meet the Browns and House of Pain all day.
child, listen.
I can push that guy at any time. If I pushed him up right now, it'd probably say House of Pain.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on there somewhere.
So BT, y'all ain't got no programming, and then the good programming, y'all been driving it to the app.
Yeah. And ain't nobody
That's
paying for that
dumb.
damn app. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's BET. Ain't nobody going to pay until y'all. Now, if y'all get y'all shit up like Discovery Plus or something like that, where you can have different streams and different
Now y'all
networks and
know
stuff
I
like
done
that.
told y'all about the Discovery Plus.
Child, listen,
I
that
did
will
a
have you
whole
in a
review on that
chokehold.
Discovery Plus.
It will have you in a chokehold. I'm telling
And
you.
I just went ahead and said, let me get the shit with no commercial. Let me go and give you these extra $2, and I don't want the shit with no commercial.
I
Cause
did
let me
the
tell
same
y'all
thing
something,
too.
honey.
Oh,
That Discovery Plus is gold.
it is everything. That's all I really need. That and
They
YouTube,
could
and I'm
charge as
good.
much as Netflix for that shit.
Yeah.
Cause let me tell you something. They is out here giving you TLC,
Mm-hmm.
Food Network, HGTV, A&E, every
Mm.
all the big networks you want.
My favorite
Is
ID. Can't forget.
listen, everything is on that Discovery Plus app.
Right.
You don't need. I'ma tell y'all, if it was not for this man, I wouldn't have cable.
Listen, same. If I didn't live with my
If I
grandmother,
got
there
to
would be no
figure out
cable.
how to get ESPN, like, cause we watch PTI every day, we watch NFL Live every day. I gotta figure out how to get those shows
Mm-hmm.
through ESPN without cable.
Oh, you can get the ESPN Witch Majig. They got an ESPN app, and I remember I
So
don't.
we tried that,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't feel like the
The
shows was
show. Oh,
like.
okay. I got you. Like they
I
don't
don't
have
think
like
they're
the.
live.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 That's
So
weird. You would
that's the
think.
only reason.
I mean, because that's what most people watch ESPN for. Is
From
are the
4 to 6, we watch ESPN.
right.
And that is the only reason that we have cable is because of that. Because if it was not for that, if I tell y'all, I got an HBO app, Hulu, Netflix, Discovery Plus, Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
What else is it?
Oh,
Because I probably got it.
I got MGM Plus. I just
Peacock.
yeah, Peacock. I got that.
Y'all, we ain't got no reason to have no cable.
None.
None. But this man gotta watch them sports.
Right.
So that's the only reason we got cable. But if it wasn't for him, honey, I'd be looking at the maps all day in regular TV because I love PBS.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get PBS on the app
Yeah.
to watch all the old stuff I missed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that Discovery Plus is the best app out there.
It is.
And for $4.99,
baby, that's all I need. Mm-hmm.
You even get the OWN network on there.
Yeah. You
Listen,
are set.
You set.
Netflix, take notes. And you can share on they actually like encourage you to share on Discovery Plus because they give you like what is it? I think like maybe up to 5 people that you can add on there, and not like to add like how Netflix has it where you can have other people on there who are supposed to be on your same network. No, like they said that you can share, you can password share. Well, for right now they're doing it, but I think it's like up to 5 people.
Uh-huh. Till they change their mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say till they change their mind, but hopefully they won't. I mean, if they do, whatever, I'm not going anywhere because all them damn
No, I ain't
channels.
either. I ain't either.
Child. So yeah, but
I be trying to drop hints like I'm gonna cut this cable off.
me too, girl. I'll be like, you only watch a few channels. I'm like, like why don't I can
He
get
don't
like
say
YouTube.
a word because he
Yeah.
know I ain't gonna do it.
And I think my grandmother would do it. Like I think that she would be okay. Like if I were to get like YouTube TV or something like that, where we could save a little bit of money. Like something like that. But she's just not, of course, I mean, she's in her 80s. She's not comfortable with the, scrolling and all that stuff. She's just used to changing the channel, and I'm not going to take that away from her, because that TV, that's what she does. So, I would never, try to, push her into doing that. Well, I couldn't do that anyway because she wouldn't allow that. But I'm just saying, She'd be like, "You can go, but my cable's gonna stay."
Listen, like you trying to tell who what to do?
Exactly.
Not me.
Child, like you may pay the bill, but it's still in my damn name. That's exactly what
Right.
she would tell me. Shit. But child. Okay, so we gotta talk about this. This is the last topic that I have.
Okay.
Freaknik.
Oh, you know, I got a prayer going up.
Listen, I mean, and I really don't have
Yeah, my
much to
mama.
say about it. What? Wait a minute. Say it. What'd you say?
I said I got a prayer going up that my mama. As soon as I heard him say it, this was months ago.
Right.
Before everybody seen it had got wind of it,
Mm-hmm.
I heard him say it months ago.
Yeah, that's why I'm
I
like,
sent
yeah.
her a message immediately like, you better pray to God your ass don't be on that video. But I'm going to just tell y'all, my mother, and if you is really raised in the 80s and you was like a mall baby,
Mm-hmm.
in the 90s when we used to go to North of the Mall.
Mm-hmm. I know where you going.
Outfit. Victoria's Secrets used to sell this outfit, and everybody know who Gigi Hunter is.
Uh-huh.
Who used to crochet them dresses for the girls. Is that her name?
Yes.
So Victoria's Secrets had this crochet outfit. And it was pajamas. I like to be clear about that.
Right.
And not my hot ass mama though. She took herself to Atlanta Freaknik in a drop top Mustang with blonde hair, orange fingernails. I told her just like this. Brown with that blonde hair, them orange fingernails and them thick thighs. You put that 2-piece on. And you could see through it.
Yeah. Oh, that was
it
the
was
purpose.
Like a crochet,
Mm-hmm.
super short set. It was cream. She was walking around Lenox Mall, out on the strip with it. I said, "You better hope your ass don't be on that video."
Okay. And it ain't gonna be like the Janet. It ain't
because,
gonna be like the Because of Love video that she's in, the Janet Jackson video. It ain't gonna be like
you
that.
already can't tell her she ain't famous because she in the Janet Jackson video. Baby, if she make it to the Freaknik video, honey, you're gonna have to ask for her autograph.
Basically.
She's gonna need security at that point.
You ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing.
You ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing.
And I'm gonna be here for it, and I'm gonna be listening. I want to be a fly on the wall when y'all have conversations about it.
Listen, honey, when she is Lord, please don't let her be on that video. I mean, drop top Mustang. She has so many pictures. Look, Tupac was out there that year, and I told her, I said, I know that's that Freaknik they talking about. Because some of them videos that they showing, she had pictures of some of that stuff.
See?
So I know for a fact it was the same year.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her dropping me off at my grandmother's house and on her way, because if you know 75 runs through Dayton from Georgia. She came and picked me up and we got on 70 and went back to Columbus. Yes, she was at that Freaknik that year.
I am here for it. Now, I did not know that, but I am so here for it.
Don't let her be on there.
Child, you ain't going to be able to tell her shit, okay?
Girl, she going to be a celebrity at that point.
Yeah. Like Janet, who?
I'm going to have to book an appointment to see her ass.
Yeah.
Honey, you ain't going to be able to tell her nothing.
No. But okay, but let's flip it real quick because she'd be okay with it. She's like, hey, you know, it is what it is. You know,
honey,
like
she's been a hot girl her whole life since she was born.
Baby, listen, okay? You ain't gonna tell her nothing about it. Nothing no different. But then you got the girls out here who have been probably looking down on everybody, you know, like ever since they graduated from college and they stopped their Freaknik days. They've been looking down on all of us. And now they suing because
Hey, I thought that was a joke.
No, it's for real.
When I saw that, I said, this cannot be real.
They are trying to sue to stop it, and Jermaine Dupri and Luke are like, nope, nope, this is going. They don't want their tea out there. And just from the pictures that have been put out there, like women with their ass out, I mean, and that's nothing that we know that went on. I mean, we knew what was going on in Freaknik when we were teenagers. I mean, when it was going on, we were like really like in our teens.
I'm telling y'all right now, my mother came home with photo albums full. That shit is true. That shit happened.
Listen,
Them
it
girls
happened.
out there busting it wide open.
Wide open, and they can't take it now because
That was and let me tell you something. Now just from what I seen, all them girls wasn't inebriated.
No, they knew it. No, this wasn't like Girls Gone Wild where they intentionally
they
get those
wasn't
girls
drugging
drunk.
nobody.
No, no.
They was lifting, like y'all was out there like, popping. And y'all was getting hoisted up.
Listen.
And fondled up.
I mean,
laughing like
cameras out, ass up, and y'all were all for it.
And y'all was for it.
So don't be coming back now. No, that was, I mean, I get it. You don't want your children and your grandchildren to see, and I'm sure they don't want to see their mama like that, their grandmother like that. But, I think mainly, I don't even think it's really about that. I think it's just because of who most of them have become. Like they're prominent and, like I said, they probably looking down on, the generations under them and everything like that. Oh, we would have never done that, whatever, like, But, child.
And I don't know why, because, listen, cameras existed back then, Mabel.
Exactly. I mean, we still got pictures. I still got photo albums full from middle school and high school. So, I mean, that was around the same time frame. So, those pictures ain't going nowhere. Y'all's pictures ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I was in the barbershop Thursday getting my hair cut, and one of the barbers, he's younger than us. He's a little younger than us, but he asked the female barber in there and the stylist, he was like, hey, he was like, Nikki, he was like, were you in Atlanta around 94 or something? It was just so funny because she was off the hook back in the day, and she never answered. But a couple of the guys that were in there, they said, well, like I was down there. So, it's like, so they're just like, hey, it is what it is. That's what we did back then. It was just like, they were just having fun. But one thing I do like about it is that not only am I going to get my life from the reactions, but I like that they're going to give the history about what the Freaknik originally started as, and then what it become. Yeah, what it became. So and for people who don't know, Freaknik was actually like it was like a summer vacation, like almost like a spring break, but it was during the summer for HBCUs, and of course there are a lot of HBCUs in Atlanta.
So what I heard, and I need to look it up, is that they said it started as like for the HBCU students. And I think it was during spring break.
Oh, it was during spring break? Okay. I always thought it was during the summer. Okay.
For the HBCU students who didn't go home.
Right.
Like for the students who didn't go nowhere for spring break and stayed in the city, it was like a picnic.
It started out as like a picnic.
People.
Yeah.
And I know it was spring break because it used to be our spring break.
Right.
Like I was in middle school. And I can remember I spent my spring break with my grandparents and she went to Freaknik.
Right. Yeah, that's true too. Because even when we were in high school, I remember people that we went to high school with, or just not, maybe we didn't go to high school with necessarily, not all of them, but they would go down there because they were still having Freaknik at least like our first couple years of high school. So that's right. Yeah, so that's
that's when the video starts from 90. The Freaknik 94 all the way to 98. That's our whole high school.
That's our whole high school. Yeah. So there were people that, we knew that were going down there. So yeah. But the children are nervous and I'm here for it. I'm just like, see, y'all can't be having y'all's nose up in the air at everybody and think that your tea ain't never going to come out, So, but listen, but why I'm like, y'all, Columbus people are funny, but they talking about, I hope block party videos, talking about the OSU.
Nobody cares about PWI.
Nobody gives a shit about OSU block party.
Nobody cares about PWI.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know.
The only reason why we went was because we were here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so it ain't
That's probably
nobody.
one of the main reasons they shut it down.
Right, exactly, because
It
we
was too
started.
many black people.
Yeah, child, they had
Too
when
many non-students.
yeah, non-students, but not only that, when they had the black sororities and fraternities shutting down High Street stepping and everything like that, oh, they were really done. They were like,
Yeah.
you know, they like, this is getting too black at a PWI, and especially a
What do
major.
you hear say? 1, 2, 3. That's enough. What the fuck is this, Harlem?
Okay.
That's enough black people down here.
Okay. I mean, y'all in a predominantly black city worried about, you know what I'm saying, like black people not coming to the OSU block party. Get the child, whatever. But that's how they do
Now, wait
us.
a minute. Is the city predominantly black or white?
No, it's Columbus is predominantly black, but when you talk about Ohio State, when you talk about because you know Ohio State campus thinks they're their own city.
Is Columbus predominantly black?
Oh yeah, the city is predominantly black. Well, at least now it.
I think we need to look that up.
I don't
because I'm
you can't
almost
count the
positive
suburbs.
Columbus is a conservative city.
No,
You don't believe it is?
no. Columbus isn't conservative. Now, if you count the suburbs, if you put the suburbs in there, which I'm not talking about, I don't count them because they don't count us. You know,
I
so
have to research that because
no. I mean, look at the city schools, predominantly black.
I mean, okay.
I'm talking about Columbus. I'm talking about the inner city. I'm not talking about Gahanna, Westerville, you know, Upper Arlington. I'm not talking about that, all the suburbs and everything that consist of Central Ohio. No, I'm talking about Columbus.
Just Columbus.
Now, maybe even though the city schools, the public schools were predominantly black when we were in school, there were still like quite a few schools, like even ours, that had quite a few white people that went,
Yeah.
you know, and there were some schools that were actually, so maybe when we were growing up, it wasn't that much, but now, and you know what, you just brought up a good point, because there are a lot of white people who are moving back to the city.
I mean, we really have to look that up because.
But I will say Columbus is not conservative at all. If it was, we wouldn't have all these Democratic mayors, and we wouldn't have, you know, basically.
I think Columbus is an undercover conservative city.
Well, I mean,
if you
it's
look
still
at
Ohio.
policies, now, I'm not talking about who they voting for.
Okay, I got you.
If we look at policies and we look at are there programs that benefit the less fortunate, when we look at the social economic.
Okay, you talking about the whole. Okay,
we look at housing. When we look at Columbus in its totality, not just the color of people.
Gotcha.
I think Columbus is conservative.
Okay, I see where you. Okay,
I said this to you before, like the way that Columbus hides homeless people.
Oh yeah.
Or the way that the city.
Well, they ain't hiding them now, girl. But yeah.
Right. The city seems very white to me, and
I see what you're saying. I got you now. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
It seems very white.
And we did have that conversation before. I got you. Yeah, I was talking about something totally different, just like about the population, you know.
Yeah. And I do think there are a lot of black people there, but there are also a lot of black people there who can barely afford to be there. So I really think it is a city that caters to whites.
Oh yeah, especially over the last. I mean, I think it's always been like that, but I think that when the city started getting too black, I think that now they're, you know, I mean, that's why you got all these expensive ass apartments popping up.
Yes,
that's why you got gentrification. Yeah.
Yes, they're going to make it. Those are the silent ways that they want it to be white.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to make it so unaffordable for black people. And I did share that the mayor has started the program. I think the article came out in November of 2022 where he said, you know, you shouldn't be making $50,000.
I remember that. Yeah.
He said, well, if you make $50,000, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to afford a $1,200, I think he said, home, or $1,500. There's no reason you shouldn't be paying that much, basic, is what he was saying. Yeah, because you can't afford to live at that point.
Right. Let me say this. And, you know, I don't put my, you know, business out there, my financials, but I make more than $50,000 a year. And I refuse to pay that much for somewhere to live in Columbus, Ohio. But
I have been looking for an apartment for somebody in Columbus right now. And I'm going to tell you this. It is hard.
It's very hard.
Anything under that. It's hard to find it.
And then, I mean, we talked about this and when we did the real estate show where we had, you know, the questions from Brandy McWade. Even with the housing market being, you know, the housing market, it's very it's almost like renting to a sense, because yeah, you do have like so many people who are able to purchase homes and go through the whole process and everything like that, and it seems like it's getting better again, like it's starting to come back up. But then you still have a lot of these investors who, there was a house around the corner that went up for sale, and not even 2 days later it was sold, and they're renting it now, and they're
Yeah.
renting it for a ridiculous amount. So then you have to still deal with that. So it's just like,
Hmm.
but that's what you went. That goes back to what you were saying. They're making it almost impossible for
Yes.
Black people to be able to even rent, in
Yeah,
this
that's the
city.
silent way. And I feel
Hmm.
like the city has control over that.
Oh,
And
definitely,
as
they can
long as
stop
the
it.
city lets that go on,
Hmm.
that is the silent way that they are telling Black people, we don't want you here.
Yeah. And then you have the Black people who can make difference, can make change and stuff like that. They're either married to somebody white and they don't want to, jeopardize that, or they're trying to cater to the white people too, because they need their votes as well. So it's we're just never going to win. We're never going to be able. They're not going to let us be, great ever. So.
I mean, we look at the city of Atlanta.
Mhm.
As Black as Atlanta is,
Mhm.
why nobody can't flip Georgia to get them a Democratic governor?
Because it's still Georgia, just like Ohio is still Ohio,
It's
even
still
though,
Ohio.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I remember growing up, we had quite a few Democratic governors,
Yeah.
but now it's just been Republican, Republican, Republican. It's just like,
Hmm.
so.
That proves to you that more people act like they approve of things.
Mhm.
They can implement as much diversity initiatives, as many diversity initiatives as they want to. They can talk about equal rights.
Mhm.
That proves to you that more people are conservative because
Mhm.
more states have Republican governors.
But it's also too, it's like the way that's why they fight to keep the maps the way that they are. Because
Yes.
if it just went on, like, I mean, just when it, not even just the government, I mean the governor, but when it comes to, the president, like, I mean, Ohio should, if it just went by population wise, with Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Akron, all these predominantly, Toledo, all these, the major
Hmm.
cities, and they're all predominantly Democratic. Ohio should always go towards
To
Democrat.
a Democrat,
Yeah,
right?
but that's why they fight so hard to keep that map the
The
way it is.
electoral
Yeah, the
college.
electoral
Yes.
college. Yeah, the way it is, because they know. So it's just
Yeah,
like they're never. It's not going to change. It's not going to
they're
change.
well aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Child.
we've had a very productive show.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a little, got gave y'all a little bit of everything on that one,
Yes,
So
and we didn't go too long, 1 hour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So thank you, everyone.
For joining us this week. We appreciate you. Every time you listen, you share. We greatly appreciate it. As you always know, you can find us at girl underscore you know what on Instagram. You can reach us at Wellness and Women and at DannieBSpeaks. So until next week, be blessed and be safe. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everyone. Bye bye.